right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday afternoon. Today, we're going to be going over ETS Tours, the leader in faith-based travel. Right. If you guys are not registered with ETS Tours, I highly suggest getting registered. All right. So my name is Brittany Maxwell. I have been with Evolution about a year and a half now, give or take a month or two. And I host trainings as well as do presentations. And today we're going to be doing one of my favorites. I found this site a couple months ago, and I've absolutely fallen in love with it. Right, and it's ETS Tours. Right, if you guys would like the login, I can put it right here in the chat. Just give me just a second. It takes only a second to get logged in. So let me get to the right screen. All right, and let me grab this link for you all and put it in the chat. Hey, hello, Donna. Nice to see you. Thank you. All right, the sign up I just put in the chat if you guys would like to sign up. All right, so with the sign up, I'm just going to put your first name, your last name, your email, your country and your mailing address, and your phone number. All right, and if you have a Facebook link to your page, you can also put that in here. All right, and you're going to put the agency name. All right, and that's going to be Archer Travel Services. And you're going to put in the IATA number, which is 0582-4840, and your preferred contact method. All right, and our host agency. All right, we're going to scroll down until we see our host agency. Right, and our host agency is going to be Travel Leaders. All right, so we're going to put Archer Travel Services under the agency name, and then we're going to click Travel Leaders. Oh, wait, no, Archer Travel is on there. There you go. We can click Archer Travel. I did not see that. There we go. There we go. Host agency, Archer Travel. All right. And then how did you hear about us and your current need? All right, and then you click submit. Right, it shouldn't really take too long to get access to the ETS tours. I honestly can't remember exactly how long it did take to get access to it, but it really should not. It should not be over a week. That's for sure. All right, so I'm going to exit out of that page, and I'm going to go ahead and log in. All right, and the agent ID is ETS agent and my password. All right, you actually have a specific agent ID within the ETS tours, and you can get that specific agent ID by emailing them, so that whenever you go in to make invoices, you will be able to put in your agent ID that's affiliated with your ETS tour site. All right, and this is Welcome ETS Advisors. All right, ETS. And this is just a little dashboard for us to go to. All right, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to find a trip so I can just show you all some of the trips that they have available for us. All right, and there's our advisors corner. And then find a trip. Right, and these are some of their amazing tours and specials that they have going on. Right, and this is actually a promotion that they have going on right now. You can click on this and you can choose different destinations. Right, you can browse the tours. Right, and then you have the Holy Land tours. Right, the Bible comes alive as you walk in the footsteps of Jesus. You sail on the Sea of Galilee, and you pray at the Western Wall. All right, and the Bible Land cruises. Right, Royal Caribbean actually offers the Bible Land cruises. They're so nice. I have looked into them, and that is in partnership with Alma Waterways. And then you have the Catholic pilgrimages. Right, take a pilgrimage through the Holy Land, Italy, Ireland, Spain, Portugal, as well as France. Right, and domestic. Oh God. All right, and then you can get private tours. You can request their private tours, as well as church heritage tours, all right, and your retreat cruises, and cultural tours and custom tours, all right, Africa and Asia and Europe, all right, and they have different tours located within each custom tour. And I say custom tour as in the Holy Land tours, the Bible Land cruises. Right, and if you would like to look at them, you just click on each icon. Lena, you would input your information on the sign up, okay? You would put your phone number. The only place that you put Archer Travel Services is the agency name and the host agency, okay? You're welcome. All right, so this is some of their tours that they have for the $999, right? And you can see, oh, the year is almost over. So if there is an option for the 2022 tours, it's going to be closing pretty fast. So if you would like to start advertising for next year, that would be a really good option, right? And you can see what they have available: the 6-day pilgrimage, an 8-day Catholic pilgrimage, and these are all for less than $1,000. And then you have the adventure tour in Holy Land, Jordan. And these are all of the tours that they are offering for 2022 as well as 2023. If you would like to click it and view more information, you would just click View Tour. And all of the tours come with a specific code. All right, at the bottom right here, you will see the tour number and the code. Whenever you go to make a reservation, you will just need this tour number and the code so that you will be able to click the right tour. All right, and then just to go back, you could just click Find a Trip. All right, and just choose the different tours. And they offer some really nice videos that go along with each tour. So you'll be able to watch the little videos if I can get it to play. I'm going to just give it a second. See if
From Egypt to the Promised Land, from the Golan Heights to the Red Sea, from the Galilee to Jerusalem, this is the Holy Land, presented by ETS. Walk in the footsteps of Jesus, discover the foundations of your faith, and see the stories of the Bible come to life. Explore the sites central to Jesus' ministry, like Capernaum, the Mount of Beatitudes, the Sea of Galilee, and the Jordan River. View the land from multiple perspectives, on the Mount Precipice in Nazareth, at Megiddo and Mount Carmel, and from Masada in the Judean desert. Walk the paths of your faith in Bethlehem, on the slopes of the Mount of Olives, and on the streets of Jerusalem.
To each tour, and just watch the little videos that they have associated with it. I love this site so much. All right, and if you need any kind of travel information, right, you can click travel info. But right now I'm going to go to the travel corner, or our advisors corner. I'm just going to give my laptop just a second to finish loading. All right, there we go. Okay. And this is their little brochure that they have available for us for 2023. Right, and we can just click on it and it'll change the page and make it a little bigger so everybody can see a little bit bigger and better, right? And a lot of the tours that ETS does offer, they are all inclusive. right? And as you can see here, most of the packages encompass expenses from the time that you board the plane until you arrive home. And that includes round trip international airfare, airport transportation, first class hotel accommodations, breakfast and dinner, expert faith-based tour guides, and motor coach transportation. All right. And as well with the ETS journey, they have the scriptures and they do pray. You know, this is faith-based travel. So if your client is not comfortable with, because there's a difference between being religious and spiritual, right? A lot of spiritual people do, you know, do their own thing. They don't want to be prayed over, but a lot of religious people, you know, we do. I hate saying it like that, but there's another way. And within this brochure itself, you can click on the different modules and you can play the videos that they have. And it'll just pull up a little video.
I'm Jim Ridgway. I'm a minister.
From cardboard boxes and a garage office to a multi-acre campus serving hundreds of thousands of guests, ETS is now known as the worldwide leader in faith-based travel. In 1974, a young pastor fulfilled his dream of visiting the Holy Land. When he returned home, he discovered that this trip made an impact on the way he preached and how he studied the Bible. The next year, this pastor returned to the Holy Land with a group from his church and was amazed by the transformation that he saw. Members returned home with renewed spirits. Those who made the pilgrimage now volunteered more at church, tithed biblically, and were bonded together forever. It was out of this revelation that ETS was born.
We started in our garage. It was a one-car garage. Jim was in there, his brother Dick was in there, and Jill Piggins was in there. She was Jim's secretary and his administrative assistant, whatever you call them in today's world. She did everything. I was just the volunteer person. I worked on the dining room table.
About 600 guests took part in the 1974 inaugural tour. Surprisingly, ETS's first tour was not to the Holy Land, but to Scotland. By the end of 1980, ETS was ready for growth. Computers had replaced shoeboxes. The company maintained permanent staff in Jerusalem, providing hospitality to guests, and the first Oberammergau Passion Play season was complete. But growth does not happen without challenge. And the first
ETS Tours has been around for quite a minute. Since 1980, I watched that video yesterday. I recommend you guys go back in and watch it. It just gives you the backstory of ETS Tours, where they started and kind of where they are today, right? And this little brochure, you know, it is available for us through the Advisors Corner. All right, and what you can also do, you can take some of the information out of these brochures and you can create mock bookings per se, you know, so that you can advertise on your social media. Right, and I'm not going to go through this whole pamphlet because I think there's like, oh my goodness, I think there's over 100 pages. But definitely scroll through it, you know, see what they have available and see what, you know, really speaks to you when it comes to the ETS tours, whether that be the river tours or the Bible land cruises or just the pilgrimages. All right, and this is the Advisors Corner. All right, and you can find the advisor documents. And that shows you your dashboard. You'll be able to manage your passengers and your live webcast, marketing resources.
Come here with me.
Right, and also online invoices and where you can make a payment. All right, let me go back. Let me just exit out that. There we go. All right, and that's the same with just clicking on the Advisors Corner. All right, I had to make sure I was at the right spot. All right, and this is our Manage and Book Guest online invoice instructions. So this gives you direct instructions on how you can submit the invoice. right? Passport copies as well as COVID-19 vaccine cards, because some of the countries you are still required to have your COVID vaccine. And one thing to note with the ETS tours is they do not get your visas or your passports for you. If you're going into a country or your client is going into a country that you will need a visa, you will need to let your client know that that is something that they will need to supply for themselves. ETS does not supply with visas nor passports. All right, and all of this information you can always find. All you have to do is click on submit passport and COVID vaccines. But if there is ever a time where you're just, confused with the site and you need that one-on-one help, definitely give them a call at their 1-800 number. They are very easy to talk to and they are so willing to help us. All right. And so FAM tours and trainings. So yesterday they actually had a scheduled tour or a training, but it was canceled until October 5th. So I will let everyone know when they're doing their new training. But you can go to their Facebook page, as well as you can click on webinars on demand, and that will take you to all of their past webinars, right? And their FAMs and seminars at sea, right? So if you want to go to their FAM trips, just click FAM trips and seminars at sea, and these are available for us as travel agents. All right, a Christmas market on the Rhine, 9 days starting from $1,099. If you go back to the first page that we were at to find a tours and you price compare the price that your client would get for this same tour compared to us, it is a big difference. So if the Holy Land Tours is a familiarization trip that you're looking for, definitely go ahead and start getting into these. All right, some of these are rather close, so I am not sure that they would still be open, but they have the 2023 tours already open. So you could go ahead and start scheduling yourself for those FAM tours for next year. All right, and this one is the 8-day biblical tour. And then you have the Egypt familiarization tour. And also, guys, this is really huge in itself, because I myself have always wanted to do a Holy Land tour, and having access to this site, not just for me, but for my clients as well, it is huge. Okay, so your passport is something that you have to travel. All right, it's pretty much like your ID, but a visa it gives you the credentials that you need to go through certain countries. So your passport is good for a lot of countries, but you'll need to, I'm trying to think, Pakistan is a country that you will need to get a visa for. It's just pretty much permission for you to be in their country. They want to know how long you're going to be there, what specifically you are there for, and mainly just making sure that you're only there for an allotted amount of time. Right, and if you're looking for their trainings, you can go to their live webcast and it will show you their next live training, which is October 5th at 3 Eastern. You can go ahead and set a schedule or a reminder on your phone so that you can have access to this. If I am not mistaken, they do host them from Facebook Live as well, but I already have a reminder set to my phone. So I will also put a reminder out in the chats for anybody that would really like to attend the ETS Tours training from the company itself. All right. And we're just going to go back to the dashboard. All right, and you can also see their special promotions for their airfare. And then I'm going to show you guys some of our marketing resources that we have within ETS Tours. All right, and you can actually go to their photo gallery and you can look at some of their photos. Right, so you have the catalog that we can download. You can expand your ministry. Well, this is mainly for, pastors and churches. All right, benefits for priests, mock interviews with the pastors, and letters to the pastor. All right, and this is a lot of our advertising, right? Especially for churches. They have already got these PowerPoints set up for us. All we would have to do is just reach out to your local pastor, your local minister, and let them know that what we have access to. And so you don't want to just go up to your preacher and be like, hey, I have Holy Land Tours. Is that something that you would be interested in? That's not really a way to go. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to like maybe schedule a meeting with your pastor. Talk to him on a one-on-one basis about, everyday life before you just kind of throw him into, the tours, right? And they also have a spot on here where they kind of tell us how we can sell, right? How to sell clergy, pretty much how we can sell. And the same thing right here, how to sell faith-based travel, so that we feel more comfortable. And I said that word. So we feel more confident so that we can sell the faith-based tours to our local, churches and religious groups. Yes, Alice, yes. You would either go to the country consulate or the tourism site for each country. All right, and so I'm just going to show you guys one of the presentations that they have. All right, there is a lot of information within this site, which is really good because they really give us all the information that we need to sell. All right, so we have the PowerPoint, and I'm going to click on one of the PowerPoints. And let's do the Bible Land. It might actually pull up in my PowerPoint because I have not downloaded these yet. Okay, yes, it's going to. That's okay. Right, and you could also do the Holy Land Classic PowerPoint. And if you just want the guides, there's the guides. All right. And their 2023 catalog. You can also download their flyers. This is all information, especially these flyers. You can put these flyers on social media. All right, I'm going to open it when it's done so we can look at it. All right, here we go. It should open right up to this flyer. And I'm just going to give it just a second to load up. And y'all, with any site, just kind of get in there and just play around with everything and just get familiar, with the site. As long as you don't go and try to make a reservations, you can't really break anything. Okay, so this would actually be a really good flyer that you would be able to put on LinkedIn. You could even put this on your Google page if you have a Google page, right? This is a really nice flyer. It gives all the information that they need, and it tells them how much it is, and it lets the clients know that the airfare is not included. So you would just be able to download this entire flyer and put it in on Facebook. Also, what you could also do is you can print these. You can print these on cardstock, and cardstock is just paper, but it's like thick, so it's kind of hard to bend. And pass these out. All right. Let's go back to the resources. All right. And then they have, actually they have, all of the promos, the faith-based travel promo, as well as the heritage promos. Right. And I also saved this commission form because I wanted to be able to show you all that. I have one in our presentations, but it is outdated, so I am going to update it today. So if you save the flyers to your desktop or your phone, you can send the flyers to Canva, and you can put your logo on there as well as your contact information, but you can't really customize the flyers inside of ETS Tours itself. But that's okay because we have Canva, so we can always take the photos off of here and upload them to our Canva. All right. I think my computer froze. I got to refresh my screen. And that's exactly what I intend to do as well, is to save the photos to my desktop and then send them over to Canva and put my logo on here as well. All right, so you can see that they have their QR code, and what you could do is you could just take off this information right here, the ETS Tours, as well as the number and the logo. You can just cover that up. You can block it out with a white block, or you can block it out with the same color that's in the background. But the reason I say that is because we want to be able to offer this to our clients. We do not want them to go directly to the site. So we would cover this contact information for ETS Tours as well as the QR code and put our information on there as well. But as you all can see, the commission for Holy Land Tours, just for the Holy Land Tours, is $350 per person, right? And when we start advertising and we start getting our presentations for our churches and our religious groups, a lot of times you're going to have more than one person going, right? You seen in that video clip just a second ago that they had over several hundred people going on a Holy Land trip at one time. I'm not sitting here saying that you're going to have 100 people go on a Holy Land tour. I'm just saying that there's a very good possibility that if you start advertising it, you're going to get more than 15 people to go on these tours. All right. And just for the Holy Land tours at 30 people, your commission can be $15,000. All right. And with the river cruises, normally, I don't know why they didn't add the 30 on here as well, because I think they were scared to scare us away with the commissions, but that's not going to scare us away. 30 people for their river cruises, y'all. Our commission would be $30,000. Are you kidding me, y'all? You could do 3 river cruise tours a year for 30 people and have your whole entire income for the entire year just off of 3 group bookings through the ETS tours, right? And I tell y'all all this all the time, right? Faith-based travel is really an untouched industry. There is not a lot of agents within Evolution that does market and advertise for the faith-based travel. I mean, if they did, it's definitely something that we need to start getting into for the simple fact of the commissions, not including the spiritual aspect of it, okay? All right, and this is our familiarization tours. This is what we have access to. So we don't want to put this out there for anybody to get on this because we as agents have access to that. Right, and then the special rates. This is for us as well. All right, and then they tell you right here, you can make $15,000 per group, which you obviously really can't. Right, so come into this site, play around with it, get familiar with it so that you feel comfortable within the site and start utilizing the marketing resources that they have available for us. All right, and then that goes, you just always go back to the dashboard. All right, if you're confused, you can go find a trip. All right, let me exit out of these. All right, find a trip, and then you go to the advisors corner. All right, and this is where you find all of our information where we need any kind of facts about Israel. Right, but if you get ready to make this reservation for your client, you're going to choose the tour that they would like. So I'm just going to choose one of these tours just so I can show you all. All right, and as you can see, that's the Royal Caribbean. All right, and this is Voyage. All right, and then you have Celebrity. So it's not just Royal Caribbean that offers the cruises. All right, so we're just going to click on, let me just click on this one right here. All right, and you can see 8 days starting from $3,999. And let's just scroll down. Here, I'm going to grab this tour code. Hopefully I can grab this tour code. And I'm just going to save it, copy it and save it, just so that I have that whenever I go to start looking for it. And I'm going to go to the advisors corner. All right, and then you're going to go to book and manage guests. All right, and we're going to register passengers on a standard departure because we're just choosing one that's within the site. We don't want to create a custom tour. All right, so this is why we keep up with the tour numbers and the code, right? Because this is the tour number right here. All right, and let me get my little, I need to back paste it so I have it. Okay, so it's tour TJ23 and code A. So I'm just going to scroll down until I find TJ23. All right, and as you can see, y'all, they have quite a lot of tours available. Right, let me just see if I can find this tour. Oh goodness, TJ23. All right, and I think it was A. Yes, code A. All right, let's see. What was it? It was a cruise, TJ23. All right, and it was, let's see, Journeys of Fall. Journeys of Fall was code A. I'm just gonna get this one because I think they're all the same cruises. All right. Okay, so this is the booking portal, right? And it's got the name of the tour right here. If the tour is not right, that's okay. You can always go back and you can fix it. All right, and it's not. It says F, and I needed A. All right, so you can see if you think you have it right, but you get to this page and you see that the numbers and the alphabet doesn't line up, just go back and find the correct one. Okay. Alice, no, there is no special training required to qualify for the FAM trips. All right, I do recommend that you get your certification within the ETS travel, and they will actually send that paper copy to your house. Okay. Okay, so the traveler's registration, all right, all this top part, this is all of us. This is our agency information. You're going to put your agency name, which is your business, right? And you're going to put your name, your agent ID. And like I said before, it says leave blank if unknown, which you don't know. You will have to contact ETS Tours directly and get that agent ID number. Right? It is not your agent ID with Evolution. ETF gives you your own special ID number, right? And you're going to do the number of guests. If you're booking a group, you need to call them directly and let them know that you're booking a group, right? And you're going to choose your existing agency with ETS. You're going to put in the IATA number, and you're going to put in your phone number, right? And then this is where you put in all of your passenger details. And at the very bottom, it lets you know what the minimum deposit is. So for this booking, it was almost $4,000 for the cruise, right? They have to put down at least $600 for each guest. So they would need to pay $1,200 today to reserve this tour. Okay. And you can always click this page to print so that you always have access to this information. Right, and you're just going to click whether it is a credit card. Well, a lot of the times they are credit card. I would not even try to do the agency check. I would just do the credit card. Right, and then you would just click submit, and they would give you confirmation and let you know when the payments are due. And when you went to go back in to do the payments, let's go back. You would just go to the payments and make a payment. Okay. All right. So, yep, you just go right here and make a payment, and you would just put in, I'm going to click it so you guys can see. All right. You're going to make a payment via credit card unless you use the check. All right. And when you're making payments, they do process it through PayPal. All right. So when you go in to make a payment for your client, make sure that you are completely signed out of your own PayPal, because you don't want there to be that interference with your own PayPal. So you just completely sign out of your PayPal and you go in and you put in right here, you're going to enter your agent email and you're going to click continue. Okay. And then click here to make a credit card payment. All right. And then you're just going to hit the passenger name, not the agency ID, the passenger ID, which you will get that at the first confirmation. Once you submit that deposit, they will send you an email and they will give you all of the details for it. All right, the site is very nice. It's once you kind of get familiar with it and play around with it, it's not as difficult or complicated, you know, as it might seem. All right, and I showed you guys where all of the marketing resources are, some of the tours where you go to make a payment. Let's see. All right, does anybody have any questions regarding the ETS tours? Feel free to put them in the chat, or you can feel free to unmute yourself. Right, I'm just going to go back through and make sure I haven't left out anything that I really wanted to let you guys know about. But I really don't think that I did. I covered everything that I wrote down. I covered the marketing. I covered the payment. So, and also look, you can click on their map and see what they have available. And they do offer tours for Iceland. So if you click it, it will take you to the Iceland tours. Y'all, I told you this site is awesome. All right, and you can experience Iceland. All right, they do the 7-day tour for October, and then this one is for October, this coming up here, but I am pretty sure this one might be closed. We can see. But me, myself, I would not try to advertise for the tours for the rest of the year. I would just go ahead and start with next year. But that's me personally. That just, you know, what you guys want to do. If you make sure that the tour is still open, you can definitely advertise for it. All right, and they actually do tours to the Blue Lagoon. That's nice. Right, and let's see if, all right, all inclusive pricing. Okay, it comes with the hotel, right, as well as the international airfare from New York. So with that, that's what this means. All right, so if your client does not live in New York, it would be up to them to make sure that they were at that international airport in New York. So if let's just use me, for instance, I am in Louisiana. If I was going on this Iceland tour, I would need to make sure that I was at that hotel to start my tour. And all of the hotels and everything, the meals are included in the tour price, but the tour does not start until you get into New York. So you would just have to make sure your client understands that their tour would not start until they got to New York. For this specific one, you would just need to go in and look at each individual tour and see what is included, because it will tell you everything that is included. Alice, I'm not sure. Let's look real fast. All right. I'm not, oh, okay. It's 15% commission on all programs. Okay. So anything that you sold within ETS Tours, it would be 15% commissions. Those are high commissions, y'all. And look here, 1 for 10, all inclusives. You get 1 free trip for every 10 fully paying guests. So you would get a free trip for every 10 guests. All right, and I heard my little ding. Somebody came in late, y'all. We're actually almost over with this session. So feel free to catch the beginning of it. All right. Once I get the training processed on my YouTube. All right, y'all. But that really kind of covers everything. You know, we went over the trips as well as how to get to the booking page and the advertising and the marketing. And I did download that PDF, that presentation. Let me show you guys that real fast, and then I will go ahead and stop the recording. All right, let's see. All right, I just started screen sharing again through the presentation. All right, just so that you all can see kind of, and I'm not sure if it's gonna share. Screen share has stopped. Okay, and my window is closed. Okay. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, I just reshared with the presentation that we have access to show at churches. All right, so this is just one of their tours that they have. Let me just make it big screen so everybody can see. All right, if it'll go. Okay. All right, and this is kind of like our normal presentations, but this is already put together for us. All we have to do is download it. All right, and it says day 1 and 2, US to Tel Aviv, Israel. All right, and this is just gives you the information that you need to show, you know, even if you're not doing a church group and you're just showing some of your close friends and family about these tours, this is a very good presentation that you can show them. And it gives them the specific details that they need for each day, the Galilee, the highlights. You get a boat ride on the sea. Right, the presentations are very nice. Right, and this is the 6th day. And that's the 9th day, 10th day. Right. I'm not going to keep going, but you guys see, they do really nice putting everything together so that we don't really have to work as hard when it comes to advertising. And we go to the last page. All right, and that would be the actual last page. All right, and on what you can also do with these presentations, you know, you can edit the presentation and you can put your information right here at the end so that, you know, you have your logo, you have your business name, as well as all of your contact information. And then if you know, you could also forward this presentation to a client. All right. All right. So that was just a little bit of information about ETS Tours. That is the end of our training session. I am going to go ahead and stop the recording for now.